Women in political position. Rwanda leads the way in gender equality. Rwanda remains in a world-leading country with the most number of women in government position, according to the last edition of Women in Parliament report by International Parliamentary Union. Besides the 61% of the country parliament seat being occupied by women, the report also marked Rwanda as a 60th country with the women heading 50% and more ministerial position. According to the body of Rwanda was the only African country in this year's top 10 leading country with the women in politics. Besides Rwanda, there are only 2 parliaments where women account for almost above 50% of the seats. They include Cuba and the United Arab Emirates, occupying the second and the third commercial respective and perspective in the developing women. For the first time, however, the global average of women in parliamentary research and according have recorded highly 25.5%, an increase of 0.6% from the previous edition. Be more open to women. Reid, author of the report, says that although the process has been steady over past few years, it is still low. Secretary General Martin said processes being made by the Parliament must be more open to women. They should be gender sensitive and transform their functioning and structure to facilitate a work-life balance for women and men. He also called for zero tolerance towards all the forms of violence against women in politics, promoting of a legal regime for better inclusion of the women and be key actors in women political empowerment. And he has attracted women participation in parliament of decade following to the major process and step, as well as measuring an opportunity offered to men and women in society. The report also was on the women equally participation and leadership in a political and public life sensitive and essential to achieve sustainable development globally by 2030, citing that to achieve gender equality in a political life is so far off with the current date. This is not the first time Rwanda get a talk to a global charter of women participation in a government position. Refer to the country as a role model for women participation in government. Rwanda in Africa still reads, we have seen an evidence that a country has come out for conflicting and have had an opportunity to refound development and foundation for the society, the legal framework of the society. There is a great chance of promoting gender equality. Person speaking on behalf of women in parliament in Rwanda told the media house that Women in Parliament Forum is a signal for empowering and developing women first in a functioning of the development in Rwanda. Today in Rwanda, there is a political will to ensure women occupy leadership position. We are also allowed to compete and show their ability. We are allowed to contribute in decision making and take the serious decision for development, and hence having law to play in the country development. She said that's how they empower young women who are coming out to feel they are able to do whatever it takes for development. She added, of course, we are not there yet, especially in local government within within the private entity. This can be a large attribute to the arrangement and the strengthening of our community, but we still need to improve on that. Francine Havugimana, a local businesswoman and gender equality activist, say that women empowerment is critical, especially in a country where majority of population are women. This, she said, is beneficially because the voice of the many is not left behind. In addition, Havugimana said that women will take her leadership role more seriously than men as she strives to not be abused or destroyed by the negative used to blame the women as powerless, and yet they are not true. They use double effort and little wonder that you will find mostly what you want when the government exactly put an excellent women in a different position to empower themselves and empower other young women to feel that they can. Secondly, in this natural belief that women will always want to stay away from danger, adding this is how you will find most of them refusing to partake in voices such as corruption. Speaking to the media house in the exclusive interview, Evariste Muranashaka, the program manager of Umbrella of a Human Rights Organization in Rwanda, said that now more than even women in Rwanda have been given equal opportunity as their main deserve. It cannot be otherwise how it was because women are so much powerful to function in every form of work. This was not the case, but was the case of belief and attitude. Ranashaka, however, described the more behavior and the attitude that should be enablers for the women who are learning different positions in the government to still and perform good. To address this, he pointed out the need of more awareness of the principle of gender equality among other initiatives. Majority are still in a political appointed position. We need to see more in a local administrative position going forward. Another 50 years to achieve a gender parity. As the current peace, it will take another 50 years before gender parity is achieved in Parliament worldwide, according to the report. The President of the Forum of Women in Parliament and the Kenya MPs, Susie, said, while we are not the quarter of MPs in the world are women, we see how they still far short of representing half the world population and reaching the full potential of women who make up for the 50% should be our number of priority. Gender equality is a key to progress. Advocate for world designing gender equality. Electoral gender equality will appeal to 57% and lead to 57 countries that is in parliament renewal for the last year. In the average, parliament will provide equalize, elect nearly 20% more women to single and low chambers and 70% more women to up chambers. When women are involved in lawmaking especially, it will take another level to solve problems. They are now to come are better in terms of health care, in terms of where even a parliament functioning, and make a parliament more equally sensitive to all the mankind.